Hey guys, what's up? Jessica, and welcome back to my channel. Apologies for the lack of being able to see me right now. It's 11:50, or not 11, it's 10, God, if it was 11, it's 10:57 right now. I work tomorrow at 6:30 in the morning, which means I'm off at 3, but tomorrow's Tuesday, and I have made a commitment to post every single Tuesday and try and post every single Friday for as long as I want to do that. And since I've worked for the last 6 days in a row, tomorrow's day 6, and then I also work on Wednesday, I've had no time to film, edit, or upload any videos, so I'm going to be posting this one. It's going to be like raw footage, pretty much, but I kind of wanted to talk about something, a little bit of like a rant right now. I'm going to do more of like a formal video addressing this stuff, but this is just going to be like a little sneak peek, a little snippet of like part 1 of the fact that if you do these things, retail people hate you. Because I work in retail, I've worked in retail for 2.5 years. My lights are not on my car, we're good now. And people actually kind of suck. And I have actually compiled a list, but obviously I'm driving right now, so I can't show you the list or read off the list. So I'm gonna go off the top of my head. So if I'm like messing up words or stumbling or like not knowing what I'm saying, that is why. But basically, I've worked in many different departments in my store. I work in a grocery store, so that means we have people coming in if they're in a good mood, if they're in a bad mood, because everybody needs food. Shopping, other places like that, if you're in a bad mood, having a really, really shitty day, you know, what are you doing? Get off the road. Oh my god, there's an old person on a scooter. If you're having a bad day, you might not go shopping for a new outfit. You might not go, you know, to the mall. Like, things like that you might not necessarily go to if you're having a really bad day, but everybody needs food. No matter how tired, how angry, how upset you are, you still gotta eat. So we deal with a lot of interesting people. And I'm not gonna talk about the interesting people because that would literally be an 8-hour-long video because there's a lot of them, including people who work there. But you just ran a red light, bud. But basically, let's just get into it. Let's just start explaining. The first thing I'm gonna talk about is the fact that people find the need and think that it's okay to talk on their phone while they're going through a till. If you're going through self-scan, fine. If someone calls you, it's your son or daughter or husband or wife or whoever's calling you while you're checking out, and you answer quickly to see if like, oh, maybe they need something last minute, maybe something happened, oh, it's school calling, maybe I should pick up because my son's at school right now, like something like that. It's a little bit of a different situation. But if you're just having a full-on conversation when you walk on up to the till, talking about the drama that happened at work last week, talking about, you know, the sassy girl that came into your store, talking about, you know, whatever you want to talk about, what color nails you're gonna get on the weekend, how your trip to Australia was, like, hang up the phone or say, hey, let me just hold on 1 second, like, let me just talk to this cashier right now. They're trying to ask me questions about, do you have a points card, you know, are you gonna pay with cash, are you gonna pay with card? Like, I'm trying to ask you questions that has to do with your transaction. Get off your freaking phone. Like, if I'm trying to ask you something, I need to ask you. Like, I'm trying to do my job here, and you talking on your phone is not only incredibly rude and disrespectful to me, but it's also really, really inconsiderate and really, really inconvenient, because there's things I need to ask you, there's things I need to do in order to complete my job and to move on and to get you out of the store that I need to ask you about, that I need to talk to you about. And if you're on your phone, then I can't do that. And especially if you're on your phone or you have your headphones in and you're completely ignoring me. If it's one thing if you come up and be like, hi, and go back to talking on your phone, that's still rude, that's still not very good for you to do, but at least you have acknowledged my presence. When you don't acknowledge my presence, I don't like you at all. Next one I'm going to talk about is when people, like, honestly, if the end of the transaction comes, I've run through all of your groceries, I've asked you if you had a card, I asked you how your day was, I asked you if you found everything okay, and I have yet to hear your voice, you are an asshole. And yes, there's different situations. There's a deaf lady who always comes to my till. Obviously, if I haven't heard her voice, I'm not going to be offended. She's literally deaf. I'm not going to be offended, but she tries to have a conversation with me. She tries to say things. Obviously, I'm not going to have the same conversation with a deaf lady that I am with someone who can have full hearing, for obvious reasons. But if you come through my till and you're just standing there on your phone, look at me, look back down, ask you if your card, you just completely ignore me. I'm like, hey, that's going to be like $46.28. Put your card in the machine, tap the card thing, have a nice day, and walk away from me. You are an asshole. If I have yet to hear your voice by the time I say the payment type and by the time I hand you the receipt, I hate you. You are honestly one of the worst people you could possibly have, because not only are you like completely ignoring me and completely like treating me like I'm garbage, but you're also being extremely rude and extremely just like awful. So please don't be on your phone. Please don't not say anything. Next one I'm going to talk about is when people have issues with the way I'm bagging stuff. And like, obviously, if you want to have, you know, your bread in a separate bag, or you want your milk in a bag, or you want, you know, your grapes left out, or whatever you want to do, if you let me know ahead of time, I'm 100% okay with that. Like, I am perfectly fine with doing it the way you want. I charged you for bags, so if you want to have 8,000 bags with everything in their own individual bag, I don't care. That's the way it's going to be then. Like, I will do that for you. But let me know beforehand. Because if I'm putting, you know, your grapes in the situation happened where I put like something at the bottom, something heavy, like a can, and then I put the grapes in the bag because that's what was next in the belt, and then I grabbed the box of crackers, a very light box of crackers, and keep in mind, a box of crackers will not squish your grapes. It's not going to happen. People are very just like, oh my god, my bananas need to be in a separate bag because they're going to get crushed by my bread. Like, oh my gosh, it's not going to happen. Trust me, like, I know what I'm doing. I have experienced this for the last 2.5 years. I buy groceries myself. Like, I know what's going to squish what, and I know what can go with what. Obviously, I'm not going to throw, you know, your 10-pound thing of steak on top of your bread. Like, I'm not going to do that. Or on top of, like, the tomatoes. Like, no. But if I want to stick your box of crackers beside, leaning up against your grapes, it's going to be okay. Do not snatch it out of my hand. Do not take it away from me, or yell at me, or get angry at me, or be like, grapes don't go with that. Because I've gotten to the point where if you are unhappy with the way I'm doing something, you can do it yourself. This lady literally snatched something out of my hand. It's like, doesn't go there. And threw the grapes on the table, which probably squished them and bruised them, because taking grapes from up here and dropping them down onto a hard surface is not the best for them. And then throwing the crackers on the table and then not, like, whatever, just like ignoring me. I'm like, you know what? If she wants it that way, if she's gonna take the stuff out of the bag, I'm not gonna bother putting it in. Because if you're gonna just take out my work that I just did, why would I do it for you a different way? Like, if you're gonna be rude about it, no. If you were gonna be nice about it and say something and be like, oh, can you please not put that in there? That's fine. Still kind of like, I know what I'm doing. Please don't question my work. But also, like, yeah. Anyways, next thing I'm going to talk about is when people have bags and they don't give them to you. Like, it's one thing if you completely forgot and they're at the bottom of your thing and you say, oh my gosh, I have bags, I'm so sorry, like, halfway through like, the transaction. But it's a whole other thing at the end of the transaction when you come up and put your bags on the table and just stand there and wait for me to finish doing it. It's like, I'm sorry, but I started doing your transaction about 2 minutes ago. Most of your groceries are in bags. I've rung everything pretty much through. What do you want me to do with these bags? Like, why are you giving these to me? You didn't apologize for not giving them to me beforehand. You didn't let me know beforehand. I didn't see them because they were at the bottom of your buggy. And if you would have said, oh, bags are just at the bottom of my buggy, can you please wait a second and I'll grab them? Of course I'd wait. Of course I'd just start putting the stuff on my belt, like on my till. Of course I'm going to actually do that. Like, of course I'm going to bag them for you. But, like, if you have reusable bags and you want to use them, either let me know or give them to me very early on in the transaction. Because if you do not do that, it's just a very, very shitty thing to do. It's very inconsiderate, it's very inconvenient, and it's just something that people who work in retail, people who especially work in grocery, who have a lot of reusable bags that come in, it's just a very, just like, why didn't you let me know beforehand? You know, this is kind of inconsiderate to me. It seems like you just don't care. Like, I'm just like someone, I realize I'm being paid to be here, but I'm still a person and I still should be treated with respect, and I feel like you're not really giving that to me. You're not giving me the respect, or you're not giving me the, like, I don't know. It's just like, it's very, very frustrating when people do that and they just expect you to do it. It's like, oh yeah, sure, I guess I'll dump everything out of these bags even though I just spent the last 5 minutes doing them and put them in different bags. Like, if you really want me to do that, then fine. The next thing that I absolutely hate is when people tell me to do things instead of asking me. This is just something like, you know, if you want me to do something, I will do it. but you can still use manners. Yes, I'm being paid to be here, but like I just said, I am still a person. I still have feelings, and I still deserve to be treated with respect. I don't deserve to be yelled at. I don't deserve to be told things to do and be forced to do things. If you want me to do something, you can ask me, say, oh, can you please put it in a separate bag? Oh, can you please do this? Oh, can you do this? Oh, can you do this for me, please? Oh, can you please do this? Can I have my points? Like, whatever, fine. But don't give me my points. Give me a separate bag. Give me this. Do this. Like, I'm sorry, but where are your pleases and thank yous? Like, come on, go back to kindergarten and learn them. It's not that difficult. And the last thing I'm going to talk about, because I'm just about home, and this video is like almost 12 minutes long, or 11 minutes long, or whatever it is the thing that annoys me the most is when people treat you like you're stupid, and they yell at you, and they think you don't know how to do your job. And it's like, I know how to do my job. Like, oh, well, this is $2 off. I guess I realized the coupon has been inputted in. It shows at the top of your receipt. No, it hasn't. No, sir, yes, it has. Look at the top of your receipt. It will be shown right there. Well, it's not up there. Well, let me see your receipt. It's at the very top. It's like, oh, okay. Not, like, if I'm telling you that something's there, and I'm letting you know something, and I'm informing you, trust me. Like, don't think I'm stupid just because I'm young, and just because it looks like I might not have a lot of experience. I still have 2.5 years of experience working here. I still know what I'm doing. I've been trained. I've had hours and hours of training. I've worked 1,500 hours, 2,000 hours or something like that, doing the exact same job, begging and bringing people's stuff through and doing meat, like slicing meat and doing all this stuff for the past 2.5 years or many hours. I know what I'm doing, so please don't question what I'm doing. I know how to do my job. Don't say I don't. Don't get mad at me for things that I can't control. Just show people respect. If you do these things, please check yourself. Please, next time you go into a store, say thank you. Ask, your cashier if they're having a nice day. Be respectful and just treat them like an actual human. Just treat them with respect, because at the end of the day, they go home just like you go home from your job. Like, they're a person. Anyways, that's all for this video. I'm going to head up to bed now. I work at 6 in the morning, and it's now 11 o'clock at night. So, fun times. I got to go home and shower. Just go home for practice. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys very, very soon. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on Friday with a video. Shawn Mendes reaction video coming soon. Bye.